Now, saying sorry wasn't enough to protect the Equifax CEO's job. Richard Smith is out, some people said about time, following the massive data breach that exposed the information of 143 million customers. Now, yes, he has retired, effective immediately, but plans to stay on as an unpaid advisor during the CEO transition. Equifax says he won't get a bonus this year. Decisions about other money and benefits have been put off until the board finishes what they're calling their independent review. Now, the departure is as much about the breach as it is about the company's botched response. Smith will face questions about that before Congress next week. Now, the company, though, is also facing investigations from federal regulators and individual states, 47 of them. Josh Shapiro is leading those probes. He's the Attorney General of Pennsylvania. He calls the breach an outrageous display of corporate malfeasance. I asked him if it's now enough that the CEO stepped down.
Not even close. I mean, the fact that the CEO has resigned or retired, whatever they're calling it, changes nothing about our investigation. Our investigation has 47 state attorneys general involved. I'm proud that Pennsylvania is the lead state among them, and we are full steam ahead. Here's the thing. We're going to get to the bottom of what occurred with this breach. We will hold Equifax accountable. We will make sure that people's data is protected going forward and hopefully change corporate behaviors so that folks don't have to worry about a breach of this magnitude again in the future. And
yet folks are worried right now. And what people are asking is, where was the accountability? And I think many people are thinking, how did this happen? Are there not laws in place to make sure that they have to tell people exactly when that breach occurred and that their personal information is at risk?
It's a great question, and we do actually have a number of state laws, 47 state laws when it comes to reporting breaches. They're all sort of different, and this is one of those areas, and I'm a big states' rights guy, but this is one of those areas where having a federal standard where there is immediate disclosure of a breach is really critical. And look, we haven't gotten straight answers from Equifax yet about when that breach occurred. Now, in the media, I guess they've said it was about a 6-week delay. We then heard reports that it might have been even longer than 6 weeks, that they delayed in reporting to the public. So we hit Equifax with yet another subpoena just last week, trying to get at the exact date that this breach occurred, when they knew about it, and find out why there was such a delay. It's important to know when that breach occurred because it triggers various state laws and triggers various aspects of our investigation that are going to be really important going forward to protect the people of Pennsylvania and the United States.
And I guess to make a fine point of it, as many people are suspicious, and nothing's been proven yet, that perhaps executives even profited from selling the stock before anyone knew of the breach. Again, I feel as if where's the accountability going to go here? I mean, they may or may not be in front of Congress next week, Equifax, to testify about this. But I guess people are wondering, it was handled so poorly from a customer perspective, right, even after this happened.
Here's the thing. We will get to the bottom of this, and there will be accountability thanks to this multi-state investigation by the attorneys general. There is also a parallel investigation going on by our federal partners about the stock sales and other things. And that's a very, very critical investigation as well. So we will get to the bottom of this. People have a right to be angry. They have a right to be concerned because Equifax's behavior after the breach has been atrocious. They tried to get Pennsylvanians and Americans to give up their legal rights when they were going on to learn more about their credit. They're actually trying to profit off of this corporate malfeasance by, getting people to sign up for various products. We have gone after Equifax to get them to stop it, cut that behavior out. They have. And then as part of this investigation, part of the results of this investigation, we're going to make sure they pay up to protect consumers here in Pennsylvania and across the United States.
Listen, it's going to be music to the ears of many if you're saying pay up. Again, though, the skepticism becomes some consumers look at this and say, look, should anyone go to jail for this? How are we going to know? And again, characterize for us the kind of breach that this was. It was massive.
This was a massive breach. We've never seen a data breach this big in the history of this country. It affected 143 million Americans. I'm here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 5.4 million Pennsylvanians were impacted by this. This was massive. And there are clearly major questions that our investigation will answer. And I'm going to reserve judgment as to whether someone should go to jail or what the sanctions should be until I get all of the evidence, until I've examined it, and we will follow the facts wherever it leads. Look, you know, we will apply the law without fear and without favor, and no one is above the law. I think what really angers so many Pennsylvanians, so many Americans, is that, you know, Equifax's only job is to protect your information. That's at the core of what they're supposed to do. And not only did they fail to do it, their behavior since that failure has been absolutely outrageous. And we're going to hold them accountable.